guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fitness video and it's going to be all about HIIT training. I've made a couple videos about HIIT before. It is my #1 exercise. I think it is super easy and I think that you guys, if you tried it, would like it over jogging and pretty much any other type of cardio. If you hear my brother in the background, I literally apologize so much. He is so annoying. He's one of those gamer, like, Xbox gamers, I don't know. And he literally sits there and screams to his friends for 6 hours straight. So, yeah. Getting back into the video, if you didn't know, HIIT training stands for high intensity interval training. Basically, in English, that means walking for 1 minute or stopping for 1 minute, whatever you prefer. I find walking is a little easier. And basically pushing yourself to the absolute max for 1 minute. So you alternate that back and forth. Say if you were to do HIIT training for 20 minutes, you'd be walking for 10, and you would be pushing yourself to the max for 10. So it's kind of half and half. And to give you guys the actual definition of HIIT training, let me read it off. I did a ton of research for this so I wouldn't have any misinformation. High intensity interval training is defined as alternate bursts of high intensity exercise with less intense exercise or rest. Treadmills, exercise by stair climbers, and ellipticals are all things that you can use to do HIIT training. You actually can do HIIT training like doing chin-ups, stuff like that, but I wouldn't recommend that because, well, to me, I am not strong enough for that, and I just think cardio would be easier, so just letting you guys know. If you're wondering why you have to do cardio for HIIT training, it's because you have to get your heart rate up to 157 beats per minute for HIIT training to work. In this video, I'm going to be comparing it a lot to jogging because that's something a lot of people tend to do. It's a really old-fashioned way to do cardio, in my opinion. I think that HIIT training is a much more evolved way to exercise. Jogging is typically a moderately intense version of exercise. You do it for a long period of time at a constant level. For me, this idea of jogging literally sucks. I could not do that. I get too bored. I would get sick of jogging. I've tried it before and I literally couldn't stay on the treadmill for more than 20 minutes. I just get so bored. When I think about the difference between HIIT and jogging, the main differences are the time that you spend doing the workout and the fat burned. HIIT training you typically do for 10 to 25 to possibly even 45 minutes. If you're really intense, you can do it up to 45 minutes. Most people do it up to 25 minutes, like me, and you burn up to 800 calories. Now, if you're doing jogging, typically you do it for at least 45 minutes. Typically, in 45 minutes, I looked up, most people burn 425 calories. A lot of people cannot consistently jog for 45 minutes, so they take constant breaks and they go slower, and it doesn't yield the best results. And you might not even get to 425 calories. There is a scientific reason why HIIT training burns a lot more calories than jogging, and it's because of a thing called EPOC. EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's a tongue twister I always forget. But basically, EPOC causes your body to burn more calories post-exercise. I'm going to be reading the EPOC definition because I think that this explains it the best. The definition for EPOC is a measurably increased rate of oxygen intake following strenuous activity intended to erase the body's oxygen deficit. So basically, there is a lack of oxygen in your system and your body is trying to overcompensate and it burns a shit ton of calories. I am not kidding you guys. You can go to sleep and you can burn 300 calories. It really depends how intense your HIIT is, but you can actually burn up to 300 calories after you are done your workout. To anyone who thinks I am completely bullshitting, you can look up this study. It was a study done by a Ph.D. professor at the University of New Mexico, Albuquerque. His name is Len Kravitz, and he did a huge study on HIIT training, and his results were that HIIT causes the body to burn calories at an elevated rate post-exercise, and that was because of the training effect called post-exercise oxygen consumption, which I just explained to you. Next, I'm going to be telling you how much calories you can actually burn by doing HIIT training. So HIIT training, like I said, can be performed from 10 minutes all the way to 45 minutes. Most people do it for about 25 minutes. I do it for 25 minutes, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, and I generally burn 400 to 800 calories. At my highest, which was a couple days ago, I believe it was Monday, I burned 809 calories. I have a picture of it and everything, and I think I posted it on my Snapchat, I can't remember. I believe that day I had been running for 30 something minutes, and like I said, I burned 809 calories in 30 something minutes, which is crazy. If you were to jog, like I said, for 45 minutes, typically you would burn 425. To me, there's no question. If I could do HIIT for 20 minutes and burn 400 calories, or I could run or jog, whatever, for 45 minutes and burn 400 calories, like I said, no question, I would do HIIT because I am lazy. I want to do things for the minimal amount of time, and HIIT just feels easier because you get breaks every minute. So now I'm going to be explaining to you how to correctly do HIIT. It's really easy. You might even know already how to do it. Your heartbeat has to get up to about 157 beats per minute. You can start off with a 5 to 10 minute warm-up. I typically start off with a 2-minute warm-up because I'm a piece of crap. But you are supposed to start off with a 5 to 10 minute warm-up, and you definitely can if you have the motivation. I don't. And the last step is to walk for a minute or stop for a minute and sprint for a minute. You can do this for up to 45 minutes and as little as 10 minutes. You'll be making that decision. It really depends how hard you can push yourself. I do recommend you get a HIIT timer. You can type in HIIT timer on the App Store and one will pop up, and it basically beeps every minute. It tells you when to walk, stop, and it tells you when to sprint. If you're using a treadmill that has the buttons, I typically use the 9 and the 10. Sometimes I find the 10 is a little too extreme, so I take a little break and I use the 9. And a huge tip I have for you guys is to not look at the timer when you're running. It makes the time go so fast. It is ridiculous how mind over matter this is. You really have to not think about it and it will go by faster. So yeah, that's pretty much all I planned out to say. I really hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I hope you guys like fitness videos as much as I do. I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you already aren't, and have a great day. Mwah.